You too. He looked at them with eyes heavy with judgment. My brothers, what a sorry sight you've become. Traitors, heretics, no better than the treasonous cultures we've quashed for the last 200 years. Did you learn nothing? Either of you? Always the teacher, said Lorgar. There was admiration in his smile. It grieves me that this was necessary, Rabute. Guilliman ignored him, aiming a gauntlet at Angron. I've heard Lorgar's puling heresies already. What brought you so low, brother? Did the machine in your skull finally refashion your loyalty into madness? They let me dream. They give me peace. What would you know of struggle, perfect son? When have you fought against the mutilation of your mind? When have you had to do anything more than tally compliances and polish your armor? Childish, Guilliman sighed, gesturing to the burning, dying city. Does it really come down to this? So pitiably childish. Childish? The people of your world named you Great One. The people of mine call me Slave. Angron stepped closer, chain swords revving harder. Which one of us landed on a paradise of civilization to be raised by a foster father, Rabute? Which one was given armies to lead after training in the halls of the Macragian High Riders? Which one of us inherited a strong, cultured kingdom? Angron sprayed bloody spit as he frothed the words. And which one of us had to rise up against a kingdom with nothing but a horde of starving slaves? Which one of us was a child enslaved on the world of monsters with his brain cut up by carving knives? The two Primarchs met again. Guilliman's powered gauntlets should have easily deflected Angron's chainswords, but the World Eater's strength drove his brother back step by step. Chain teeth sprayed from the weapons as eagerly as the saliva from Angron's lipless slit of a mouth. Listen to your blue-clad wretches yelling of courage and honor, courage and honor, courage and honor. Do you even know the meaning of those words? Courage is fighting the kingdom that enslaves you, no matter that their armies overshadow yours by 10,000 to 1. You know nothing of courage. Honor is resisting a tyrant when all others suckle and grow fat on the hypocrisy he feeds them. You know nothing of honor. Guilliman parried, forced back further by the storm of Angron's blows. He finally landed a glancing blow, his fist pounding across Angron's breastplate. The chains of Deshelica's skull shattered, bone shards scattering across the dirt. You're still a slave, Angron. Enslaved by your past, blind to the future, too hateful to learn, too spiteful to prosper. This excerpt was in the book called Betrayer by Aaron Dembski Bowden. It is honestly one of my favorite books in the Horus Heresy. My favorite books are probably going to be The First Heretic, Know No Fear, and then Betrayer. Honestly, when it comes to this confrontation here, I kind of have to give it to Angron. Angron made some damn good points, honestly, and it seems like Guilliman just brushed them away by saying it's childish, all that shit right there. It's like, the dude was literally enslaved on Nuceria, the planet you're standing on, had his brain cut up by carving knives, and his mind mutilated. And you have the gall to sit there and call him childish. Especially when the Emperor teleported him away mid-battle so that his gladiator family could be slaughtered without giving a single fuck. You really are going to go ahead and call that childish? I'm sorry, Guilliman, you are completely out of touch. You are one of my favorite Primarchs, but this right here is not your shining moment. You are completely out of line. He has reasons. What do you mean, has the machine in your head fashioned your loyalty into madness? There was no loyalty there to begin with, my guy. None. It's insane. Both Angron and Mortarion have valid reasons to be against the Emperor. He fucked them both over. Both of them. In nearly the same way. And it's just, it's unbelievable how blind Guilliman is in this conflict, honestly. Like, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. The most logical, sound thinking Primarch just completely misses the picture. Completely misses everything. And what? Why, dude? Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. But I do like this confrontation because it does show Angron as being more of the sympathetic side of things, because you can understand where he's coming from. It's one of those moments where Angron is speaking clearly and sanely, honestly, because there's nothing insane about what he's saying. He did grow up on a world of monsters, enslaved. He was having his mind and brain mutilated. That's a thing that happened. He is the direct polar opposite to Guilliman in this regard, and he is spot on the money. See, here's the thing. People are like, oh, Rome, blah, blah, blah. Rome is great, all this stuff. I wish I would lived in the Roman Empire. Yeah, there's two forms of the Roman Empire, and it's clearly displayed here. There's the Roman Empire under Guilliman, of laws, civics, culture, all that good stuff, right? And then there's the space Rome of Angron, bloody, brutal, barbarian gladiator fight pits. There are two sides of Rome. He got the short end of the stick when it comes to that. And he rightfully rubs it in Guilliman's face. And his definitions of courage and honor honestly kind of match up with what courage and honor fucking are. It's like, yeah, the Emperor is kind of a fucking hypocrite. He really is. And he feeds that hypocrisy to his sons. And Guilliman's over there chugging it right fuck down. And yeah, courage is definitely standing up against somebody or something that outnumbers you like that. Doesn't matter if you're standing alone or standing with people. The fact that you're standing up against something that you believe to be against you, like that, yeah, that's courageous. Doesn't mean courage is always rightfully placed, especially not in this modern day. But in Angron's sense, since he was a slave and he escaped, he was standing up against a slaver army. Yeah, that was courageous as fuck, and something the Emperor really should have played into. If the Emperor would have just helped him, maybe send down some custodes or himself to stop the battle, to stop the slaughter, everything else might have panned out way differently. Angron, despite having the nails, might have seen him as a benefactor, as his legitimate gene-sire, his father. But no, he gave Angron all the ammunition he needed to lay and wait until the time was right to rebel, to turn traitor. And honestly, out of all of the Primarchs, every single one of them, Angron might have had the single best reason to turn to chaos and betray the Emperor. Because in his mind, the Emperor has already betrayed him from moment one of their first meeting. There was no going back. The trust was ruined. So yeah, that is my thoughts on this. And yeah, one of my favorite books and one of my favorite excerpts, really. All right.